ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with a very special TV review. It's one that I wasn't planning on doing, but I wanted to talk about it. And if we're not, this is a special double feature because I wanted to review 911 and 911 Lone Star. It's been one of the shows that during this pandemic, my wife, thank you, Caitlin, I love her, for getting me hooked onto. And lately, both of us have been enjoying both these shows in the ways that we never expected. And of course, even though 911 has been on longer than 911 Lone Star, and the season is just about wrapping up, I still want to talk about it right now because I don't want to hold off from sugarcoat it much longer, but I want to talk about both these shows right now, especially 911. Okay, so for those of you that are not familiar with 911 or 911 Lone Star, 911 follows the precinct of the 118 in Los Angeles, California, and of course, it's not just fire. It's EMTs and it's the police, okay? Now, I'm going to say this right now. I hate to go into this on my little review, but if you guys think that any of these professions are underpaid or hardworking, you should definitely give this show a watch, okay? Because seriously, this show shows me that these three professions are the most dedicated and most hardworking jobs in America, okay? And for all you people that said fuck the police, I think you should take that back, because without the police, that your precious home wouldn't be burgled, and without them, your car wouldn't be stolen, and of course the EMTs would prevent you from having that third induced heart attack, okay? So think about that, all right? But anyway, back to the show. I enjoyed 911 because of how great, and this is to me shows you how good of a storyteller that the show is. Okay, it's all about character building and world building. Okay, and Ryan Murphy, the same guy that created Glee, made this show and Lone Star, and he did a fantastic job finding the perfect cast and find all these unique quirks and characteristics to bring these characters to life, okay? Captain Nash, played by Peter Krause, he does a fantastic job, okay? I really enjoyed him, okay? And of course, I love his whole little backstory, he something happened to him, of course, his alcoholism. There's interesting little quirks from each character, where it's something of a mental illness or something from their childhood that scarred them, okay? And it doesn't just fan throughout the cast of this show, but also to Lone Star, which I will get to in a little bit. Of course, I love the rest of the supporting cast. You got Buck, who's kind of like the hotshot, young, fireman. In fact, in the pilot episode, he is so off the rails that people have got to tell him, you gotta calm down, you gotta back off, and you gotta watch and you gotta listen. So he was the original rookie before they started adding more people. Guys like Eddie, who I also like. His character is that he's former military. He's got a son who's a little disabled. His whole backstory is pretty cool. I love Hen. She is pretty good. She's the most smart. She's the smart of EMT out of the old bunch. It's she can immediately look at something and just realize, oh shit, that I know what's happening. It's she is really good. But to me, another character that I think just is head and shoulders above everyone else. Not just Chimney, not just Buck and all and May and all those characters, and that is Athena, played amazingly by Angela Bassett. I mean, holy shit! She is a complete badass. Now, if you ever go back in her career, where one role will stand out, and this role is it. Okay, she is a great cop, and and what makes me angry is how is, with all her skills and the years on the force, how does she not become detective? Seriously, she was able to solve something just like that. In fact, a couple weeks ago, it was a somewhat recent episode, which clearly did rip something from the Speed franchise. What she was trying to figure out, okay, who was behind this so-called assassination attempt, this so-called stalking and blowing up of this family's car, and she immediately put two and two together as that episode went on. And by the end, I was like, holy shit, she did it! And both my wife and I were like, she is a complete badass. She did it. And again, I would love to see more progression with her character. Maybe, hopefully, she'll make detective. She's this close. I would have loved to see this, and I love it. Love everything about 911 that brings it all together. Of course, it's always the craziness, okay? Where it's some kind of crazy dramatic thing that happens, where it's a fire in the inner city or a fire in the dispatch center, which that happened, and my goodness, that made my heart jump. I was like, oh my God. Like, I did not expect that, especially between Nash and May, and like, that, yeah, like seriously. There's a lot to digest. I don't want to give into so many specifics because this might be a 20-minute long video. But for 911, this is like the ground zero for everything, okay? And got so good that it spawned a spinoff, 911 Lonestar, which follows Captain Strand, played by Rob Lowe. And I'm going to say this right now, like, I think Rob Lowe did a great job playing Captain Strand. Like, we both hate him, but there's some great moments of brilliance throughout the show, okay? But now for what happens in Lone Star is a little different from what happens there. Obviously, it takes place in Texas, but it goes a little deeper. It follows the 126th precinct, or the district, where it's called. But what happens is at the beginning of this show, we find out that the original crew got killed in a fire, and the only remaining one was Judd, played by Jim Parrick from True Blood, and like his whole thing is just amazing. It's like he knows what happened, and like when it comes to Owen, and then of course he teams up with Owen. They're trying to bring it back to its glory days, and what they do is essentially they get a completely whole new diverse group of casting, and of course by diverse I mean you got. Not just, let's see, people that are black or like of a different religion, but also, quote unquote, a transgender character. I don't want to give them too much specifics because I'm trying to remember everybody's name because Once a Blue Moon, like, I feel like both worlds do collide, which they do. There is a crossover episode, which was fantastic. If you've not seen the 911 and 911 Lone Star crossover episode, I suggest you find it right now. It is fantastic. The writing is really good. The drama is there. The great character and story building and world building are all there. And seriously, I cannot stress this enough. This is one of Fox's best drama series out there. Okay, and I don't know to my knowledge if this show has ever gotten Emmy nominated at all, which makes me pissed off even more at Hollywood. Why? Come on. Again, I don't want to go back to the political elements because, police, fuck the police. And of course, again, fire, police, and EMTs, and even the military are your real everyday heroes, okay? Keep that in mind. And these shows perfectly embody the spirit of all those guys, okay? And seriously, and I even have family that are EMTs. I have family that are doctors. They've told me some of the most gruesome and deadliest shit they have encountered. So, yeah. Keep that in mind when you're watching this show, but also keep in mind that these shows are both fantastic in their own way, well-being, like great character building, like I said. There's so many characters that you can associate with, and literally, I really wish I could binge watch every single 911 episode in a row, but of course, little disclaimer, okay? If you want to do that, I'd say take it in strides. I'd say watch one episode, take a 5-minute break, watch another episode, then may take a few days off and then watch another one, because these shows are just the epitome of emotionally draining, physically draining, and just makes you just go, wow, holy shit, because there's a lot to digest, because again, there's a lot to get from when you're watching a certain like positive reaction, got all this character building, something that happens, it really gets to you. It's amazing, and like to me, that's what Ryan Murphy did amazing well with. And because think about this, the same guy that did Glee, and when something happened on Glee, you felt it. Like I wish I could go back and rewatch all of them, but then again, there are moments that make you just go, that bring a smile to your face. And in a way, I feel like Ryan Murphy, the creator of Glee and this show, he did it well. And seriously, dude, you are a great writer. You are fantastic, okay? Because of you, man, is the reason why me, as an aspiring writer myself, is the reason why I'm trying to learn, okay? And create my world, the world of the Night Agent. Funny enough, obviously, there's Ryan Murphy, the writer, then there's my Ryan Murphy, the hero of the Night Agent franchise. But of course, two totally different guys. But of course, then again, that's my own thing. And of course, seriously, people, if you want to learn, for anybody that's in film school, you can learn from this, okay? Not just from him, you can learn from anyone, okay? If you have perfectly good writing, acting, and storytelling, this is the way to do it. But anyway, enough of my gripes. Overall, I love both these shows. But of course, if I had to pick which one I like more than the other, I don't know. It's a toss-up, okay? I love Captain Nash played by Peter Krause, because to me, I feel like I was more connected to him because he was like, okay, he has his own problems, but he comes through and becomes like not just a great captain, he's a family man, he's a great father, he's like the perfect mentor role, okay? As for Owen Strand, I kind of like him, even though there's some quirks in him that make you just go, what the fuck, man? But I don't know. On a good day, it's like I prefer one or the other over the other. But I love both these teams in the way they are. All right. And with that in mind, both these shows, both 911 and 911 Lonestar, I'm gonna give both these shows a 9 out of 10. Okay, that's my benchmark. Okay. All right, so seriously, give these two shows a watch, okay? You can find them on TV. Believe it or not, 911 is been picked up for syndication. You can watch it now on USA and on USA Network, all right? So that does for this week. I don't know what you think. Go watch them. Thumbs up the video, subscribe my channel, and stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting videos.